All right, guys, so Hassan has recently taken a trip to mainland China to live stream and do IRL content. Now, Hassan is my, I think at this point, least favorite Turkish American. My second least favorite Turkish American was a guy in 4th grade named Amir, who used to pull his pants all the way down to use the urinal in 4th grade. So he's like, you know, number 2 below Hassan. Hassan's still worse because he promotes terrorism. The Amir guy, he only promoted nudity in the bathroom when it wasn't needed. So anyway, Hassan, I guess he got arrested while IRL streaming in China, so I guess GG's.
Welcome back to a series so handsome, even Shrek subscribed. In today's video, Hassan has been confronted by the police in China for having a meme on his phone.
No way.
He has responded somehow blaming America again, saying American cops are infinitely worse. He's saying he got racially profiled as a white person, but it's only bad when Americans do it.
No way. That's hilarious. So he says the Chinese police are better than the American police, which is funny because the American police are only worse because he's been to riots where they have to diffuse the chaos, right? So it's like, yeah, if you're at a riot in China, they might fucking kill you. If you're at a riot in America, they might just tell you to settle down and take it somewhere else.
He's calling himself a swagged out white boy who loves China. 35-year-old man, by the way.
That's the new era of performative male. The Chinese communist people, the white people who love communist China. New era of performative male, new style. Forget the Labubu keychains and listening to Claro and wired headphones. It's now about worshipping Mao.
Husband Gold has responded absolutely cooking him. More clips have surfaced of Hassan showcasing his negative IQ, unable to figure out why there's fire extinguishers in the area. He's once again acting like a revolutionary, talking about how American police harassed him, tear gassed him, shot him, and apparently stun grenaded him.
No.
Massive cap. Streamer Destiny has accused Hassan of sleeping with a 15-year-old. Asbin and Tectone have responded. Attorney Legal Mindset goes over the potential legal implications.
So, before he wraps up the intro, I know that Nux Taku, of all people, said he actually questioned Hassan's visit to Germany. So Hassan, I think he's been public about how he visited a brothel in Germany. And no one seems to know about the ages of the girls that were there, right? And it's like, that's something that I think matters, you know? You can't be around children in a brothel. And pretty sure, again, I don't really know, I'm pretty sure that the same brothel got raided for, like, sex trafficking and stuff. So, yeah, not ideal. Not a good look.
Subscribe or you're locked in a cell with Cockroach Hassan and Soycock Destiny.
Let's up those numbers!
Right, so Hassan went to China, and despite all the glazing, apparently they are not big fans of the Diddy Piker stream. He was confronted by the police for a meme on his phone. Breaking: Chinese security police harassed Hassan Piker while he was live streaming in Tiananmen Square. Hassan's live stream went down for 10 minutes after Chinese security officials saw Hassan hold up a Chairman Mao meme on his phone.
No.
They immediately pulled his entire crew aside and forced them to go through their phones. You can hear Hassan's friend translate, "They want to see your phone."
Dude, they trying to take a look at that shit, bro. Hide your memes, all right? Maybe in America you can get away with joking about Charlie Kirk. In China, you joke about Mao or you talk shit about their government. Your fucking Chinese government assigned toaster explodes. That's usually how things go over there. And, you know, I'm sure there's parts of China that are beautiful and, you know, people are good. But the government, authoritarian, evil, dictatorship, communism, bad, Hassan, bad. All of this is just terrible. And you should have the right to memes. I believe a lot of things that people say are human rights are not. One of those things is certainly not memes, because memes are a human right, 100%. Fuck him, Hassan was glazing China before and after the Chinese police arrested him, and even the Western, and he said the Western police is far worse. He's a joke. Yeah, I mean, obviously. Do they even have body cams? Like, do the Chinese police officers even have body cams?
He's literally pro-CCP. He's defended the Chinese Communist Party in his live streams dozens of times. Hilarious.
So, he gets stopped by Chinese security police while streaming in Tiananmen Square. Oh, that's the place with the tanks. I remember that.
Roger, you seen this?
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Basically, he had a meme of Mao with his face photoshopped in on his phone.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh, they got the lights on him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they got the lights on him.
Dude, the Chinese police have the opportunity to do the funniest thing possible and arrest this guy. No IRLs from jail, my boy. I wish they took offense to this meme and decided to just put him in jail. Like, honestly. Like, that'd be so funny because this guy, he worships this government that I think objectively is an inferior government to the US. Because of shit like this, they can just go through your phone. I wish that he got to see the government that he worships, I'll drop my phone, take out some random, splurge of anger on him and arrest him. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Now let Hassan stay there if you want to be a communist so bad. Yeah, I think he should stay there in jail.
Uh-oh.
You want to see the photo? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't take a photo. Oh, I was holding the camera out, but I didn't do anything yet.
还有个手机后面有个背景图。对，拿手机弄一背景，那是什么东西？把它打出来。刚才那个背景。So he want to see the background of your like.
See the background?
Yeah. Sure. Or like a live show or.
Oh.
Uh-oh. It went mute.
And they cut the feed.
Oh no!
No.
This is so bad, guys. I can't believe this happened to Hassan. Did they not watch the illustrious Hassan Piker streams where he talks about how much he loves communism? I don't know. I guess they just didn't get the memo. Hassan be like, please, I'm a big fan. Please, I'm
The problem is that in order for communism to work, you have to give the government an immense quantity of power, and you're sort of hoping that they don't exercise that power against their own citizens in a way that is unethical or just evil in general, right? And I just don't think anybody with that kind of power knows exactly how to use it in a way that is, fair across the board and is never abusive. And I think in an instance like this, where you can have someone getting arrested for having a meme on their phone, it is 100% proof that a government having that sort of power is not a good thing because they use their power to do shit like this. This is why I don't like Nux anymore. Hassan finally arrested, making me think, and everyone else that he finally got put in jail because every title is Hassan jailed or Hassan's going to jail. Yeah, Nux definitely drags the Hassan going to jail thing, but there's still hope.
on your side. Please don't arrest me. No, I was not recording. I was not live streaming. It was a glitch. Believe me. By the way, I don't know if lying to the police or security there is the right move because if you get caught lying, that's not really good. Hassan, in 2 weeks from now, when he's back in the US, they were probably pro-Israel agents, guys, just LARPing or something. Far-right MAGA grifters. Ethan probably sent them to arrest me. It's obviously a plot by destiny. Comrade, there has been a terrible mistake. I was memeing. Please, I was joking. Legal Mindset Hassan is in the finding out stage. Hassan is a revolutionary. There's no need for revolutionaries after the revolution. Most revolutionaries don't understand that. This recorded like the first Piracy League of a movie. Casual communist versus professional communist.
Exactly. He doesn't understand what he's in for, right? He supports the communism, but he doesn't hold the reins of power. So the people who do can just slap him across the face legally.
Man thought he was ready for the ranked league. No, but I played a bunch of normal games. I'm totally ready, guys. I'm challenger. There seems to be a mistake. I planned on being a Neuro Q video game streamer for the cause. Take the freaking all. My god, streamers are so goofy out in the real world. I mean, particularly Hassan, of course. He's completely out of his element. Hassan really trying to bring back that Ed look. And this is from Ed, and Eddie. Go to show.
Dude, we've talked about this before. Hassan's fashion sense is so brutal. It's just so bad. Where's the clip? Yeah, he's just, what is this turtleneck? He's got like a half raincoat, half jumpsuit here. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Brutal fit, and he's getting mogged by every single local here. Somebody needs to dress him, okay? Because he's not doing a good job of it himself. Hopefully in jail, when he gets arrested, the, prison uniforms at least fit him and will at least save him some of the time of picking out the most atrocious outfits known to man. That'll be good.
This versus professional normal gig I freaking on. This is from Ed, and Eddie. Go to show. Anyway, so Hassan responded, defending them and somehow blaming America.
Whenever the police showed up, they thought, so that thing that we went to, okay, the flag raising ceremony that we went to is not a thing that white people normally go to, right? It's not normally something that like white people attend, right? And I assume that they are probably extra attentive and extra careful about people coming to do some shit. There's a reason why, for example, there were Chinese nationals on each other's backs, right? But I knew that if we did it, we would get called.
By the way, what he means is that he knows the government is afraid of people going there to criticize the government.
out by cops. Because like by and large, especially like the government is aware
Bruh.
of like how they are perceived. Or how much like anti-Chinese propaganda exists out there, and I think the older people are also aware of it as well. But I think the younger populations in China are ironic.
Anti-Chinese propaganda, like the meme on your phone. Like people just joking about the Chinese either people or government. You know, this fucking retard doesn't know what propaganda means, yet he simultaneously claims that he himself is a propagandist, right? So it's like, dude, how can you not know what something means yet simultaneously like claim that you are a supporter of it? That's like insane.
Enough less aware, like the younger normies are less aware of the animosity that exists, which shouldn't exist at all, obviously, but unfortunately does, and it's almost entirely one-sided, entirely designed by America. But yeah, we were white. So as foreigners in China at this like national event rather than an international one, where as you guys noticed, like they didn't have any like foreigners there at all. He thought he saw something on the phone. Like he thought we were like making a mockery. You know what I mean?
Right. So first off, it's not a white people thing to go to. Buddy, I thought you were brown. Just a couple of videos ago, wasn't this guy complaining about how people are racist to him because he's brown and he understands oppression and marginalization? Yeah. And now suddenly, Mr. Schroding.
This is the thing. People who who are like Hassan in both ideology and in character will use whatever marginalized group that they're even 1% a part of to shield them from criticism and make their opinion to seem more valuable in certain conversations, and then do the opposite when it's also beneficial, right? So if him being Turkish means that he's brown, that can mean that he understands what it's like to be attacked with racism. But if him being Turkish and having the pigment in his skin that most white people have, then he's white and he understands what privilege is, and so he'll talk down to you and try to delegitimize your position as a white person because he's a white person and he knows that white privilege exists, right? So it's basically being a chameleon, not really, believing in one particular thing about yourself, just using whichever is the most advantageous to further your agenda.
Turk is back color changing. He's white again, guys. Because why?
Bro is so white. Bro looks so white and saying that he thinks he's brown.
Because it's convenient for...
I mean, I don't know. Is he white, Chet? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he's full white for sure.
The narrative that he wants
He's white passing.
Portray. It's convenient for the agenda. But he literally has the hidden ability from Pokemon, Protean, where you change your type each time you make a move. It literally fits him perfectly. Hassan, I think it's time. Sign up for competitive Pokemon. You'll do a great job. You got all the abilities. You're Superman, right? Also, didn't you just admit that you got racially profiled? Because you basically said that they only stopped you because you were white, right? And imagine this happened in the USA, right? Hassan would literally be crying so much, playing victim all the time, crying about silencing free speech and, oh my God, this is oppression, this is tyranny, how could they do this? I got stopped for a meme, guys.
It's kind of funny that he says that being white is a privilege, yet simultaneously understands that if you go to areas of the world where, your whiteness plays against you, that he can't admit it's not always a privilege. Like, that's kind of insane.
Look at this fascist Nazi government. We can't be having this. We need a revolution right now. That's what he would be saying. But notice how because it happened somewhere else, it's just a misunderstanding, guys. It could happen to anyone. In fact, they were just having good security. Right, so then he says possibly the cringiest thing I've ever heard in my life. Prepare yourself for this one.
They didn't realize that we were swagged out white boys who love China. Are you being careful with your words? No, I'm just telling you like it is. Like they thought they were being extra attentive to make sure that no one is making fun of Mao or anything like that, or the ceremony, and that's what they were. That's what it was.
Bro.
It's normal for police to take close to foreigners to make sure that white people don't do stupid shit. Yeah, it's just it's a cultural difference, and also they just don't want anyone to pull a fucking Logan Paul or anything like that. How was it?
Dude, I wish you did pull Logan Paul so you'd get in trouble, but it's actually crazy, right? So what he says here is that, they have to make sure nobody's being disrespectful to Mao. It's like, dude, think about if anybody in the government, right, made it so that police were allowed to arrest anybody they suspect of mocking Donald Trump or being disrespectful to Donald Trump. Right now, if I wanted to, I could paint myself orange and stand outside in front of like a school, maybe not in front of a school, but, on like the, public square, the most central part of my city or town, and I say, fuck Donald Trump, he's an ugly orange piece of shit. I wouldn't get arrested. people would probably dap me up. People would agree with me. So it's crazy to me. Race is only a privilege in countries where that race is the majority demographic. A white dude is not privileged in Nigeria. Yeah, exactly. And that privilege is as much like it's a privilege that you aren't really born with, but rather it's just regional, right? That's what I'm saying. It's, you're under arrest for mocking Bush. Yeah, think about how insane that is.
What do you mean? We just like talked to him. We just were like, no, that's not, we're not doing that at all. We're
That's
just here to experience
ridiculous.
the event. I told you would end up in jail. You got lucky this time? Yeah, okay, calm down. That's not, you're being ridiculous.
Swagged out white boys who loves China. You're a 35-year-old man. I'm sorry to keep doing the Leafy bit, but oh my god, dude. 35-year-old man talking like that. You're not 19 anymore. You need to get a grip, man. You're graying. You're balding. Your back is probably giving out, buddy. Your pee-pee stopped working, probably, from all the chemicals. Face reality, buddy. Holy. Second thing, basically your own chatter said there that, oh, you're gonna end up in jail. And basically they're trying to protect you, saying that, oh, you gotta watch out for what you say. And then you go, well, that's just propaganda. Now, I do admit there is a lot of propaganda, of course. There are a lot of things that are false and exaggerated and stuff.
That's true. I do think a lot of things about China are exaggerated. Like people who say China is our biggest enemy, right? People say China is like our, the biggest threat to modern day America is fucking crazy. I've never had to worry about China sending nukes to the US and blowing me up, right? Or China dragging us into war in the Middle East. If you know, you know. It's like, I don't really think China is something that, even though I'm told is a big problem, really seems to be the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure they're not like the perfect country. I'm sure they have a lot of fucking problems and they're very huge. Like they're a large country in population size. But I also don't think that my day-to-day life and really the things that our government are voting on seem to have much to do with China in a way that would either incredibly positively or negatively affect my life. Right.
Like that. But it is absolutely not propaganda that you are not as free as you are in the US, right?
That's true.
Because try saying the shit you say about Trump and other.
China is one of our biggest adversaries, but it's primarily economically. Their tech sector is a threat along with their population size. That's something that yeah, exactly. Where it's like, but the main issue that I consider is really violence and war, which because of how things are in, the rest of the world right now, is something that China is not bringing to the table. And so I can't hate them as much as I do, countries where there's obviously violence being, committed.
For politicians on a regular basis to their leader, right? Try actually supporting terrorists and foreign ops openly in front of the government, right? Try saying whatever equivalent there is to America deserve 9/11 in their country, right? And you just let me know how that goes, Hassan, considering it's all propaganda, right? In fact, why don't you do what you do best and what you are going viral for?
The thing is, why doesn't he just fucking move to China? Why don't you try to get your Chinese citizenship if it's so cool? If you want to be a swagged out white boy who lives in China, then go fucking live in China. You disgusting roach. America doesn't like you. You don't like America. So move to China. This is what I don't get, where if he's going to cosplay as a communist, even though it's weird to say this, but you're going to have to stay with me. He cosplays as a communist while simultaneously being one. That makes sense? I believe he is a communist in the sense that he believes in it, but he doesn't really behave like one. And when I say he cosplays as one, it's because he'll go to China and stuff like that without actually, living there. Does that make sense? So he's like, I think he would call himself a communist and believes in it, but he also doesn't fucking do the shit. So he's like believes in it. So I think he is a communist, but he's also a fake one. So I don't really know. They don't allow immigration in most cases. I mean, that's probably true, but I mean, at least try, right? Do we even think he submitted an immigration form?
Or advocating murder for people in the government who are on the opposite political side.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Try that in China. See how it goes, I have a feeling it's not going to go very well. Okay, they're not going to be as...
Let me get banned from China right now just so I never have the chance to go there and get corrupted. Let me just get this out of the way, all right? I don't, for the record, really believe any of this, but I'm just going to say it so that way I'd never... if I ever think, I'm going to go to China, just check it out, I'll have to refer myself back to this clip to remind myself that I'm banned. All right, guys. Fuck China!
Lenient, I feel like. And the thing is, I know Hassan is extremely stupid, but the thing is, he knows this stuff, okay? Like, I don't even have to explain it to him, because if he didn't know this stuff, he would actually be doing this exact stuff there. But he knows he can't say certain things or he'll be put in prison.
That's true.
But this absolute fucking grifter moron purposely crafts this narrative or whatever, and he'll never actually say any of the things he says in America because he knows it's risky and he could get locked up.
Yeah.
Right, so then he starts ranting about how America is just way worse. Hassan explains what happens, says US cops are still much worse than Chinese ones.
Yeah.
This is actually one of the things that I want to show Americans in general, because like people have this like false assertion, false notion.
Yeah, retard. US cops are worse when they have to get you away from a violent protest than if you're doing nothing in China. If you're doing nothing wrong, yeah, the cops are nicer to you, dickhead.
People have this like false notion that it's like they will arrest you for a meme or whatever. It's not like that at all. Okay.
Isn't that like literally what happened though?
Calm down. It's funny because like I've dealt with cops at this point all around the world, as you guys know. So as far as like cops that I've dealt with all around the world, European cops in France, American cops, just European cops in other European countries, and even Japanese cops as well, I will say that it's not even remotely up there. The further west you go, the worse cops get, the more aggressive they get. America being the worst one out of all of them.
Right.
Yo, retard, let me explain something to you. Japanese cops aren't that bad to you because Japan is a society that is based in trust. They are a high trust society. So they are going to assume the best of you, where America is a land of schizophrenic retards who at any point could reach for a knife or gun and take the life of an officer for not, who isn't complying with their orders. Like, what?
Remotely up there. The further west you go, the worse cops get, the more aggressive they get.
Like, they don't have guns, right?
America being the worst one out of all of them.
Right. America bad, guys. Literally gets stopped in China for a meme. Conclusion, America bad.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Just give up your citizenship at this point and leave. You're actually just an op, dude. You glaze North Korea. You glaze the USSR. You glaze communism. Everything but the place that gave you literally everything, made you famous and comfortable, operating under capitalism, living like a capitalist, but apparently he just loves all these other places, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I would probably argue that the biggest privilege afforded to Hassan Piker here is the ability to yap like a delusional fucking psychopath with zero consequences. This guy gets to advocate murder and is somehow not put in prison. Like, you can't do that anywhere but the US, man. It's crazy. Also,
True.
just from Hassan's statements, you can ascertain that he actually likes dictators more than he loves his own mom, because he literally implied he wants his own mom dead because he wanted to murder like landlords or something.
Yeah, and his mom's a
capitalist,
landlord.
Right? His words, not mine.
Yeah.
Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
Meanwhile, he was glazing Kim Jong-un and saying that no, he's not a dictator, guys. What are people supposed to conclude from that? People responded he should do some critical commentary on China while he's there, since he claims their censorship is exaggerated. Let's see how it plays out.
That is so funny. In order to try to make communist China seem less bad than it actually is, he should do some shit where he's like, guys, China won't arrest you for having a meme on your phone. I have the most offensive meme that tarnishes the reputation of the Chinese government on my phone right here, and I will now hold it up in the middle of the street, and I won't get arrested, guys. This is to disprove how bad, disprove the notion that China's really bad. And then he goes and does it, and he gets just tackled and tased and arrested, sentenced to 1,000 lashes from whips. Dude, that'd be so tough. You should totally do that, Hassan. I'm waiting for you to disprove that the Chinese government is like not a good regime.
It's just not gonna go well, and he knows that. That's the thing. That's the worst part. He's the worst kind of grifter. An American man and a Chinese man meet at a bar talking about the life in their countries. Our country is special because I can walk into the Oval Office, bang on the president's desk, and say, "Mr. Trump, I don't like how you run our country." American man says, while taking a sip of his whiskey, "I can do that too." Really? Of course. I can walk into his office, bang on his desk, and say to him, "Mr. Jinping, I don't like the way Mr. Trump is running his country." Oh man. He took off the sweater to do the mental gymnastics routine. He had to warm up, had to limber up, make sure all the neurons are firing properly. Gotta dodge a bunch of obstacles today, gotta do the 100-meter hurdles. Mentally, of course. He has a lot of great strats for wasting time as he comes out with his BS. Big bite of food, repeat whatever he previously said, fiddle with his camera, shock dog. You forgot blaming on Ethan and Asmund.
Yeah, dude, shocking your dog as just a fidget is so tough. Can you imagine, like, people are just using that against you so casually? And, like, if you don't know at this point, you're, like, considered to be a retard. Like, you have to have so much lore about Hassan to even properly criticize him at this point. And it's like, actually crazy how people who don't even know who he is know about him shocking his dog. I think it's amazing. It's amazing. I love when people who I don't like have controversies against them that breach containment, right? They go outside the bubble of people who know them, either because they like him or either because they hate him. Because, you know, Hassan shocking his dog was so popular and so much of a scandal that it reached, get this, Clash Royale YouTube. I'm pretty sure none of you guys knew this, but I watched Clash Royale YouTube, and this guy Ken, he made a video, 4.3 Hassan cycle.
What's up, guys?
And the video is just him playing a bunch of cards that have electric abilities. And I love that. I love when people, you know, get that sort of stuff, you know, who I don't like, have that sort of stuff go viral.
Gold. So he is white. For today, check back tomorrow. Absolutely diabolical meme. Yeah. Oh, yes, I love this, actually. Right, so Asmongold responded.
Okay, so he explained it. Okay, so what happened?
Whenever the police showed up, they thought, so that thing that we went to, okay, the flag raising ceremony that we went to is not a thing that white people normally go to. It's not normally something that like white people attend, right?
But I thought you said you weren't white. Oh, today he is. Now he's white.
And America being the worst one out of all of them.
I mean, look, I wouldn't be saying bad stuff about China whenever I was literally in China either, okay?
True.
But let's be real. It's just, it's insane to say something like this. Is if the police ever detained Hassan and wanted to look through his phone to see if he had any problematic memes, and he was in the United States, he would be talking about this for the rest of his career.
That's
okay?
true.
Like, this would be, when did you know that we had fascism? Well, you see, one time I was at this place and they asked to see my phone. Like, obviously everybody would say this, right? And so it's just so obviously a double standard, right?
No, you don't understand. It's okay when other people doing it. They're just being careful. But obviously anything related to America, bad. I mean, what is
the
this guy
fuck is he wearing?
careful, but obviously...
Bro, this shit costs 5 Robux, dude. Take it off. Go return this. What are you... Who dressed this guy? His mom just wrapped him in like a carpet they had in their attic in their old home or something. This is atrocious, bro. Take this shit off, okay? Wear a t-shirt. Jesus.
Anything related to America, bad. I mean, what is this guy's deal, bro? He probably hates America more than actual terrorist groups. I think it's time for you to move, man. Clear a spot, you know. Go to one of these places that you glaze so much. Go to North Korea. You seem to absolutely love that place. Because you think America and other world leaders are...
The thing is, North Korea probably rocks if you're cool with Kim Jong-un. Like, you know how there's people starving in North Korea and Kim Jong-un is morbidly obese, and so he's clearly eating the food that other people aren't getting? Bro, just, you know, to be friends with Kim Jong-un, you visit North Korea, he's got like a big ass portion of pasta for you. You know, you finish that pasta, you go play VR with him. Dude, that's probably super. Well, you probably wouldn't play VR. He'd, you know, pass out from standing up too long. What would you play? Like Flappy Bird or something? Some like lost media of American culture he'd probably enjoy. He seems like a cool guy, honestly. I fuck with Kim Jong-un. I really do.
Infinitely worse.
He's misunderstood.
Oh my god, he's a genocidal dictator, dude. Like, please point to a dictator or just in general a Western leader who is not also doing infinitely worse shit. Or
wait, he likes wait, I was joking. He actually likes Kim Jong-un? That's so tough.
Around the world, not just to their own citizens, but around the world.
And I am so glad that these situations are happening because it is absolutely exposing Hassan and showing everybody what a massive fraud this guy actually is and the ridiculous double standards he has, right? Because America could probably even introduce communism tomorrow and he would complain about it and go like, well, actually, I'm not sure how I feel about this anymore. I actually don't like it. America bad. That is his philosophy, essentially. He sure was more cooperative with their police than he is with ours.
That's the point, bro. If you're resisting arrest in America, the police won't fucking, you know, be nice to you and try to bribe you into obeying the law, right? So it's like, if you're going to resist arrest or if you're going to cause, you know, disturbance at a riot, they're not going to be good to you. They're going to tear gas you. And then you're going to complain about getting tear gassed. What are you, retarded? You got what was coming. Do you think that, you think his turtleneck cuts the blood flow to his brain? I think that would explain a lot. No, bro, you should see what he's not wearing, the turtleneck. He says even worse shit. Bro, that turtleneck's probably doing him a favor. God forbid his brain's like working. You know, let's say it's cutting the blood flow. It's probably making him, you know, smarter. Notice how when he started glazing the government, he took off the turtleneck. Should tell you everything you need to know.
Never forget his tantrum at the border security complaining about them silencing my free speech. They canceled my global entry. All I did was support terrorists. He folded like nothing, talks all that shit in the US, but doesn't say a word with a real dictatorship. China, please keep him. He really trusted freedom of speech in the wrong DLC region. Immediately arrested in China for a meme, but America's the worst cops. Love to see this. While he's gone, everyone changes the locks. All the locks. Bro's gonna get stopped at the airport again. Gets harassed by the cops for a picture. But these were actually the good cops, you see. Never let Hassan tell a story. I'm so glad this shit is recorded because you know if it wasn't, he's gonna invent his own fucking narrative. Guy who spends all day talking about fascism unironically says, oh no, they just wanted to make sure I wasn't making fun of Mao. They detained him using a collar.
Dude, yeah, I mean, honestly, in terms of detained, should be the expert on this subject as his dog is literally kept in the corner by a shock collar 24/7.
Maybe they saw him shocking his dog and did us all a favor and said, okay, we got to get rid of this guy, all right?
No,
we don't like
fair.
Animal abusers, and for that, I support them. Why doesn't he live there if he loves
China.
it so much? Do not ask him that question, ever. More footage showing Chinese security police hovering around Hassan Piker. Hassan then yells, dude, what is up with the fire extinguishers everywhere? Every cop has a fire extinguisher. Is because there have been multiple in Tiananmen? This guy's a moron?
Dude, what's up with fire extinguishers?
What do you mean?
I've never... No, hold on. No. Every cop has a fire extinguisher on their belt. Is that normal?
You never know.
And not only that, but if you looked at our hotel... And
I mean, in a pinch, you could use it like mace.
I thought it was mace. No, it's fire extinguishers. Like on their in the hotel, I've never seen this many fire extinguishers ever in my life. In our hotel, there's like a fire...
Guys, what's up with the fire extinguisher?
Well, I don't know.
What could possibly
I actually
be the
don't know.
reason? They
Am I
just seem
dumb?
to conveniently have a lot of fire extinguishers. I wonder.
I don't know
what
the China lore
of fire extinguishers actually are, guys. I just
extinguish
can't
fire.
Put a finger to it. My intelligent political commentator neurons
are
not firing. I just can't seem to crack the code. Why would there be more of them in this specific place? Does something happen here? This man has to have like the lowest recorded IQ.
I don't know either.
We need to do a test or
be
something,
nice.
bro. He could go into an active war zone and be like, there seems to be a lot
Joke's
of
over, bro.
tanks
Why do they
here.
have so
Why
many
would
fire
there be
extinguishers?
tanks here, guys? Is there like an event or something? This guy will shitpost but never give up his
He doesn't
US
even
citizenship,
say.
his US bank account, and his freaking Starbucks. He does it for the engagement.
Quick pause for the YouTube audience. If you're watching this video and you've made it this far, please be sure to subscribe. That is the best way you can help me out. And also leaving a like and writing a nice comment helps me out tremendously. So thank you for watching. We're back to the video. The fire in the square? Was there a fire in Tiananmen Square? I thought that they just like killed a bunch of people. Was there is that what that is? Hold on. Listen, I've never claimed to know a lot about history. I mean, this is why I don't do the Hassan show, okay? Was there a fire in Tiananmen, China? In 2000. Oh my fuck, I'm so dumb. Yeah, it's that photo. It's that, I actually am retarded, bro. It's that, like, infamous photo. Yeah, I know what this is. Yeah. The guy who lit himself on fire. Yeah, they were setting themselves on fire. It's a common thing in China. Yeah, no. Okay. Now I know. You just had to give me a little breadcrumb, and now I'm back there, okay? I understand it now.
More familiar with electrocution than immolation. He's an expert in that field, actually. He knows everything about the shockers, the lightning. Kai is the leading expert, world-renowned, actually.
Yeah.
Right, so then he once again declares how much he hates America. He says that he has zero patriotism for his country. Hassan Piker declared, I don't have any kind of patriotism in my heart for America, while holding a Chinese flag in Tiananmen Square. He made the statement right after attending the Chinese national flag raising ceremony in front of the Tiananmen Chairman Mao portrait.
What makes it interesting for me, at least, is like seeing so many people from all around the country literally travel here just to see this.
That part is insane. Look how many.
Like, I just don't, like, I don't have any sort of patriotism in my heart.
No! What? No way, dude. Hassan isn't patriotic? No. We're talking about the wrong guy. The Hassan that I know loves America. This can't be right. He must be he must be mind controlled or something. This can't be Hassan. This isn't you. This isn't you, Hassan. Come back. All right. We know that in your heart of hearts, you're a true patriot, a red-blooded American who loves watching football and hockey. You probably use DraftKings to make a killer parlay every few days. You got the same problems us Americans do. You own a firearm. You're a red-blooded American, bro. You're just as American as the rest of us. No, jokes aside, though, who Who actually watches this fucking hogwash, man? It's seriously, it's like, dude, you can literally see the guy, he's being recorded by like 50 fucking thousand cameras in the background, more cameras than at an actual casino, which is just hilarious, bro. Like the literal surveillance state. And he just every 5 minutes says the same thing about how he doesn't like America, and people pay to watch this. That's kind of a sad thing, isn't it?
Yeah, for America, but just in general. I'm not like a very, I care about people.
He's probably, he's just upping his social credit while he's here. I forgot about that. I don't know. Do they have social credit for like the travelers, or is it only for the people who live there? Either which way, I think he's doing a great thing by trying to get his social credit up. All right. We should all be trying to do that. And we all start somewhere.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, it's hard to comprehend.
Yeah.
But I do understand it in some ways. And I kind of wanted to talk to some of the people here because like all of the old people that you see around, right? You have to remember, every single person that you see around us, that's like, especially if they've been alive since like the 70s or the 60s.
Yeah.
They have seen a radical transformation in their lifetimes, unlike any other country, right? So for them, I think there's a lot of pride in that.
Right, Hassan, we get it. You just love everything that is not America. We have understood your life philosophy.
Yeah.
You don't need to keep saying it. And honestly, if you're ever confused on Hassan's stances on anything at all, just ask yourself the one question: is it in support of or against America? And you instantly have your answer, right?
That's like totally true. Yeah. If there's anything you can think of that, gives America a good reputation, then Hassan doesn't like it. If it's anything that gives America a bad reputation, then he probably likes it. Or likes to, criticize it, if that makes sense.
Might be like, how could a man so liberal, so leftist, so progressive, support something like North Korea, for example? It just makes no sense. Well, is it against America? And there you have the answer. Simple as that. There is no other thing you need to evaluate in that equation. And can you imagine how frustrating it must be for actual people who like America or actual patriots to see this guy constantly shit on their country and then proceed to take all the benefits, reap all the rewards, and then just badmouth it constantly, leeching like a fucking parasite, becoming a multi-millionaire, brainwashing all these people, and then going on to glaze everybody else. And
I'm pretty sure Aiden Ross exposed Hassan for trying to get a Kick deal. I mean, it's not that damning, but I think it's hilarious because the reason that Kick pays better than Twitch is because the owners of Kick are the same guys who own Stake, right? Eddie and Bijan. Eddie is one of the youngest billionaires in the world. And all that money, I mean, you can call it dirty money, whatever, it's from the gambling, but all that money, I mean, at least a good chunk of it is going back into Kick, right? And it's making it an incentive to have a lot of, existing streamers with large audiences migrate over to this platform, right? Aiden Ross, who I think, does he own a share of Kick, like a small chunk of it, maybe? But he said that Hassan tried to get a deal with Kick when it started, and then the number was too low, so he didn't take it, which I think is fucking hilarious, dude. Money-hungry little capitalist negotiator, huh? Dude, isn't that funny? Oh, yeah, I'm Hassan. I'm such a good person. I'm a socialist. I really don't love money that much. What's this new platform, Kick? Oh, they want to do a deal with me? Well, to stream on their platform, that's great. Oh, okay. Yeah, how much? $5 million? That's it? Huh, get the fuck out of here. That's probably how that went, dude. He didn't want to take the crypto.
Trying to destroy the very country he lives in. He's basically like the most ungrateful Nepo baby in existence, right? And I'd sort of understand if you're an American, living in poverty, or you weren't treated best by the system and you were done dirty by the government, or some bad shit happened to you. But this guy's life is oh my God, he has everything and he's still complaining. He's just insufferable. One of the reasons he's mad is that he's unable to advocate murder in peace. And
that's one of the things I don't understand, right, is if your life is so good, I actually don't understand how you could ever be a fucking socialist, right? It doesn't make any sense to me. The U.S. gave you everything and you're still mad at it? Why?
They actually want to place restrictions on that
You're
type
retarded,
of speech
bro.
because
You're
it leads to
delusional.
violence. And he thinks that's oppression. But apparently getting stopped for a fucking meme, that's totally okay. You almost can't blame Hassan.
Crazy,
well,
bro.
I definitely can. He plainly states his intent and beliefs as being inherently anti-Western. Well, he tries to mask it a bunch of ways, but it's pretty pretty obvious. You have to blame naive liberals for actually believing that someone who says, I don't have any kind of patriotism in my heart for America would ever be a positive presence. Can we revoke his passport and leave him there and make sure he doesn't have Kaya with him? Right, so then Asman responded, points out the hypocrisy in Hassan suddenly claiming he's white, and his comparison on police in China versus the USA also partakes in the horseshoe theory.
I think China's great. I mean, I don't have a problem with China. I'd go to China, like I'd respect their culture, etc. The fact is that, you know, a lot of these countries do not allow you to criticize their government. They don't allow you to have an opinion that is dissenting from the politically accepted norm. And this obviously would be something that if it was happening in America, people like Hassan and everybody else would be crying about it and freaking out. You know, they go and they say stuff like this, but it's obviously not true. And it's fine that I don't know why you have to create a parody. Like, really, I mean, China's a very different country than the United States. And, you know, if somebody comes to the United States and they're from China or Saudi Arabia or, you know, some other random country, we'd expect them to follow our laws. And if you go over there, you should follow their laws. And if you don't like what their laws are, you shouldn't go there. Because, like, I feel like there's all the time people go into places that they're not supposed to be in. Like, they go to a country and then they have a problem with the country's laws. Here, let me solve your problem. Don't go. So he likes racial profiling now. Horseshoe theory, indeed. Which,
well, but by Asmongold's own logic, he shouldn't live in America, right? Because if Asmongold's saying to not go to countries where you disagree with the laws, which is, like, you know, pretty obvious, you know, Hassan shouldn't live in America because he doesn't like the government and by extension its laws. So he should just move to whichever shithole country he wants to worship, right? If Hassan is banned on Twitch, he's fucked. He'd be banned on YouTube for the content he streams and the things he says. He said kick is evil and immoral for gambling, and he'd be a hypocrite. Rumble is right-wing and evil to him, and X is owned by Elon. If he's banned on Twitch, we are free of him. Let me think about that. I mean, yeah, the problem is that it would never happen, so is it even worth, like, thinking about how fucked he would be if he didn't have Twitch? Probably not, but, you know, maybe he would go to Kick to stream. I mean, I could see that happening, honestly, because Kick is getting so big to the point where it's kind of shed off the reputation of being, like, a smaller website that has, like, you know, primarily gambling content viewers here. So yeah, he might join. I don't know if he were to get banned on Twitch what he would do, but it's not even like he's never going to get banned on Twitch, so who cares?
Actually, I never even thought about that, but you're right. Yes. So he's basically justifying racial profiling, which is like, okay, all right. Okay. Well, let's see here. China gets a free pass. Yeah. And yeah, all right, let's start racially profiling people. Let's do that. If you don't like America and you're not like an American, go away. Go away. Go somewhere else. That's fine. Go to some other country. Go where you're going to be happy. Like, why go and put yourself in a position that's just going to make
especially if you have
mad?
money. Especially if you have money. Money is power, and money is freedom. When you have multiple millions of dollars, you are completely free to live wherever the fuck you want. So go and do that if you don't want to live somewhere. If you have the money to move, then go live somewhere where you'd prefer. It's almost like he won't do that.
You want to live in a country that's going to make you upset.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely right. Hassan would be throwing a man-baby meltdown if this happened in America, right? Just picture this. It's a predominantly white neighborhood, and a black person comes in, and they instantly stop them and check their phone, racially profiling them. Just imagine the uproar, right?
Yeah.
Hassan would be making 800 streams, crying about it every single day, talking about racism, talking about the oppressive, tyrannical government. But obviously, it's the standard rules for thee, but not for me. So then Hassan keeps coping, saying American police has harassed him way more, and he talks like he's a veteran who survived.
Holy fuck, I can't. I've been struggling to get a job, have a life, make something of myself, get off government assistance, just to live, and I still love America, and I'm blessed to have everything here, and Hassan has been given everything, and he hates America. Where is the sense? I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. I don't think.
The war? Hassan responds to the noise surrounding his brief stop with the Chinese police at Tiananmen Square.
The reality of the matter is, briefly being questioned by a cop outside of Tiananmen Square is, you know, it's a unique moment of stress. It happens, right? But, like, what is so insane to me is that, like, I'm a person who has had altercations with American police. I'm a person who's had altercations with police in European capitals. You know, I've interacted with cops all around the world. I've gone to protests. I've been tear gassed.
True.
I've been pepper sprayed. I've been
because you deserve it.
I've been stun grenaded. Like a stun grenade exploded in my head, like near my head, me and March's head, when we were in Los Angeles in my own fucking backyard. And it's so crazy that brief interaction of
I'm sure it was traumatizing, man.
Like not even a bunch of, like one young Chinese cop / soldier, I don't know if he was a cop or if he was a soldier or not, like showing up to be like, what the fuck's on your phone? Having like a 1 minute altercation has been blown up into this much more significant thing. Like, I've been detained by my own country, man. Like, I've been detained by my own country, my own country's Customs and Border Protection and Customs and Border Patrol. And we're talking about like a cop coming up and being a little aggro.
Right. I've been detained by my own country, he says. Oh my fucking God. This man is going to tell that story to his hypothetical grandchildren because apparently he's never reproducing. But this guy legitimately...
Not to get too off topic, but I'm pretty sure Hassan at this point is infertile because, I mean, and who am I to watch another guy's balls? Pause. But this guy is obviously roided for so fucking long, and I think he's so obsessed with aesthetics that he won't ever stop, like until his balls literally shrink to the size of like pebbles. So he's never having kids, because the debate for him is like, would you rather give up, doing steroids and appearing more masculine and built, or have kids? And he's gonna say, oh yeah, appear more built and masculine.
He thinks he's some like a Vietnam veteran or something. Yeah, they I was in this war. They tried to arrest me and they failed.
Valkyrie doesn't want kids either. Perfect match, I guess. But what's the... Okay, sure, but what's the point of the relationship like that? Like, the whole dank thing, dual income, no kids, is so fucking pathetic. Like, you and this person who you love so much, you won't even have kids. So you love each other so much, but you won't, like, make a child, which is one half you and one half her. How the fuck does that make sense? And you're both multi-millionaires. So you can give this kid, the life that they fucking, dream of, but you're just not going to. Why? Because you can't put a shock collar on it? You're a fucking loser.
I think we need to set the record straight. You were questioned for openly supporting 3 different terrorist groups who want to unalive Americans. All right? That is a very reasonable thing to be questioned about, okay? Yeah. Why would this guy be constantly spreading propaganda, playing their music videos on his stream? All right? Why is this guy saying America deserved 9/11? Is this guy supporting terrorists? What the heck? We need to question him. And in my opinion, you're actually lucky all you got was a 10-minute questioning where you lied about it as well, and the Department of Homeland Security literally called you out for lying about it, saying it was like a 2-hour thing and you're like wrongfully detained, asked about your political views or whatever, when they were probably just verifying if you're a foreign op. Also, what fucking story did he just cook up? A stun grenade? Buddy, you're not in a shooter game. What are you talking about? Oh yes, my left leg was blown off. Actually, this is a mechanical leg. This guy is literally that one guy from SpongeBob who's faking his injuries in order to like sell products. Hassan right here. I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every morning I break my legs and every afternoon I break my arms. At night I lie awake in agony until my heart attacks put me to sleep.
r/SpongeBob 9 years ago. So he went on r/SpongeBob to make this reference. This guy's addicted to SpongeBob.
Literally, Hassan, tell me I'm wrong. It does my heart good to con a couple of Class A suckaroonies. This is literally Hassan's fan base. They're the suckaroonies. Yeah. Also, might I remind everyone, Hassan purposely went to a protest and he stood in front of the cops praying to the Lord Almighty to get shot.
Exactly, right? So he wants to get shot by the police so he can go on a 3-week fucking generational run of streaming about how much he hates the police. So, you know how I was joking earlier about how Pegasus, the best thing to ever happen to him was Hassan shocking his dog because he could go on and make like 20 videos about the same situation and the updates involved. The Hassan equivalent to that sort of spontaneity would be him getting shot with a rubber bullet and then going on for fucking 7 streams plus talking about how evil the police are, right? So it's like bad things happening, but it benefits you, so you're happy. It's so twisted.
Rubber bullets or something that they're randomly spraying into the crowd to disperse them, and now he brags about it every day. Oh, I was literally tear gassed and targeted and shot and grenaded, apparently. Yeah. What an absolute liar.
Weasley little
Liar, dude.
Number 1, never been tear gassed or pepper sprayed. Random lie. Number 2, no American cop is coming for you and searching your phones because you look foreign. And if they do, it's a civil rights violation. Moving on to the Destiny allegations. He's now claiming that Hassan slept with a 15-year-old. Again, keep in mind, this is Destiny, a
Haven't we all, though?
degenerate himself who admits to liking 15-year-olds. So, you know, the credibility ain't great. Basically, context, Hassan was talking about
Wait,
how...
but wouldn't that make him the expert? Like, if he likes 15-year-olds, then he should be able to tell when somebody else does. I trust him more.
Destiny led to Nick Fuentes' blow up or whatever, and they like sucked each other off or something.
Dude, that never happened, okay? That's people on both sides trying to discredit Nick.
Some of my other fucking ideological opponents who claim to be liberals may or may not have sucked his penis, and also simultaneously openly delivered them a fat platform and also additional media connections.
Destiny responds, if Hassan is going to reach this hard and say that I kickstarted Fuentes' career, then I'm responsible for his career 10 times over. Also, Hassan effed a 15-year-old when he was visiting that brothel in Berlin. Oof. That's why he doesn't like to talk about it as much now. That's quite the...
Bro, they say Phineas touched Ferb. That's why he quiet.
Allegation. It's common knowledge behind the scenes. If Hassan wants to contest it, he can sue me, but he won't because truth is an absolute defense against defamation. Who responded to Simpsons meme, fight, 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 Hassan and Destiny? Old enough to count, old enough to...
What?
Animal abuser in a PDF file, what the frig? So listen, this is again obviously just an allegation here. I don't think Destiny has any way of knowing what happened there unless he literally has some like hidden proof and they're like best friends and share
it's just
photos or something. Or Destiny went to that brothel as well, but I don't think he did. Common knowledge behind the scenes is insane. Like common knowledge among who exactly? Who's keeping this a secret? Also, why did you keep this a secret all this time until he pissed you off? Like you would think Destiny hates him so much he would have revealed this earlier, but I mean, I guess he kind of did, but I don't know. This is like a full-on accusation. Hassan right now, and it's just, man. Dude, I'm just saying, if Hassan and Destiny end up suing each other over this, it would be absolute cinema. What did I say about the series? The 2 worst people you know are actually fighting.
Yeah.
Place your bets.
They're just mad they're not Wang halves. Dude, look at my shirt. Wang half.
Cockroach Hassan or Soykak Destiny. Put them in the same cell once again. Right, so Asmongold responded...
So Destiny goes out and says this. This is all alleged. I don't need another fucking lawsuit, okay? This is
let me just we'll wrap up the video here because there's 5 more minutes. You guys know how this is. Like at the end of the day, whether it's true or not, his fan base won't care. The people who dislike him will have another reason to dislike him, and the cycle will continue. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike, and I'll see you guys all later. Goodbye.